Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And it's, I was going to say it's Wednesday, my dudes, but it's Tuesday, my dudes. We're stepping up.
It's going to be posted on Wednesday, though.
I know.
Right? So.
Yeah, it is. But
so
we're stepping up. Happy Wednesday. We're stepping up in the podcast game and recording early this time because we are productive.
Yeah, like a little early. Are we going to post it early, too? Or?
I mean, like, I can post it and, like, delay. Oh, yeah, maybe you guys will get the episode, like, not at 10 p.m. at night this time.
Yeah.
Wow. Yay, us. How's your week been?
I mean, it's only day 2 of the week.
I mean, since last week, I guess.
Oh, true, yeah. You know, chaotic.
Yeah, as always, I feel that.
Typical.
I actually don't even remember what anything that happened, so...
Yeah, honestly, true. Maybe it's been calm.
Yeah, I think it has been
kind of went by fast.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, but I just want to bring up the fact that you just casually guessed what I was doing this week before we
You're lying.
This.
You're lying.
You guessed it right.
You're lying to me.
I gave you the smallest hint and you guessed it.
Dude, there's no way. No! Yo, Savannah didn't even say anything, and I just guessed. I wanted... Ah! That's so crazy. Okay. Okay, but before we get into that, I have a really, really, really insane intro topic to talk about.
I'm ready for this.
I have not told Savannah. Okay, as per usual, it's something that I saw on TikTok, and, but this time, it's a little bit disturbing, to say the least.
Oh, no.
Okay, so did you know that there are over 200 bodies on Mount Everest that are used as landmarks for the hikers who hike up to the top?
Oh, honestly, I think I did know that.
Okay, well, I did not know that.
Like, I've seen that going around TikTok, too, but I already knew that.
Okay.
Like, it's still crazy, but...
Yeah, how did I not know that, though? Like,
I don't know, it's because... Obviously, like, it's really hard to hike Everest, and a lot of people do it, and some people just can't make it.
Yeah. I'm literally sitting here looking at the pictures of people. It's so sickening. Like, there is a man who is frozen on the mountain, sitting, like, cross-legged, just, like, frozen to death.
No.
Is that not insane?
Really is so sad.
That's so sad. Like, they can't go get them. Like, I understand that they can't go get them, but that's so sad.
That's crazy, though, because are they preserved from the ice?
Yeah. Well, I do see one skeleton, but the rest of them are, like, preserved.
Mm-hmm.
Ew, it looks like he's just sitting there. Yeah, so that's my fun.
That's insane.
I don't like it at all.
See, I don't think I could ever hike Everest. Like, who wants to do that?
No. Okay, no, I would never do that. But literally, okay, so there's this man specifically... who's dead on Mount Everest, and he is like the mark that you know when you've seen him, you're about to be at the top, which is just so sad. And he has green boots, and they call him green boots. And it's just like, when you see green boots, you're almost there. Like, no, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was my intro topic. And Savannah never has intro topics. So.
My intro topic this week is that I'll have one next week.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Maybe.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh my god, I can't believe now I have to wait halfway through this to know what you're talking about today.
Haha. Yeah. Update. Again, we don't know what each other is talking about, but I just apparently guessed it. She didn't tell me before that.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Basically, I said to Taylor, I was like, yeah, you mentioned it last week, and... that's all I said, and she goes, oh, what, is it Thunderbirds? And it is.
That's so crazy.
This week I'm talking about Thunderbirds, which is a Native American legend.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, because I wanted to learn more, but I just didn't have the energy to look up more.
Oh, I know. Do you know, like, anything about them?
I know a little bit. Like, the little bit that I'm telling you that I know is that I know that they have some connection with the Indian tribe. So
yeah,
and that their wings, like when they move, it sounds like thunder. That's all that I got.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I told you that last week.
You did, but I actually already knew that.
Oh, okay, good. And they have connection to like a lot of tribes, actually.
Oh, interesting.
So that's cool. I just had something else I was gonna say, but now I forget.
It left you.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a car called a Thunderbird too.
Oh yeah, I knew that too. Is it like based on the same thing?
Well, no, it's just, you know, a lot of cars just have Native American names for some reason. You know?
Oh my gosh, like Cherokee, yeah.
And the Pontiac.
Oh my gosh, wow. Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I never thought about that.
Thunderbird is a type of car.
Wow.
So, crazy. Alright, so the actual Thunderbirds, they get their name from their wings, obviously, because their wings are supposed to sound like thunder when they flap. So it's each flap of their wings sounds like thunder.
Oh, that's crazy. They must be big then.
Oh, they're huge.
I don't like that really. And we're back. Sorry about that. We're having some technical problems due to me being stupid. So, yeah. Anyway, back to the story, Savannah.
All right, back to this crazy fact. Thunderbirds are so big that they can carry a whole whale in their talons. Isn't that crazy?
A whale? That's
yes, and they eat whales.
What? What do you mean?
Like, a lot of things I saw said like a killer whale, like a orca, which is kind of smaller than whale.
A whale like is still a whale.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
So they have bright, colorful feathers, and they have claws and huge, sharp teeth.
Oh. Okay, I do not want to see one of those, honestly.
Because it's a bird with teeth. Like,
oh, no.
What birds have teeth?
Ew. Oh, I hate that.
It's a little scary.
Oh, wait, imagine me just, like, driving to the beach, and then I just see a huge bird man carrying a whale.
Well, it's not a bird man, it's just a huge bird with teeth.
Okay, but I imagine it to be a man because he has teeth.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I get you. Okay. And some tribes say that they live in the clouds above the tallest mountain.
Oh.
Which makes sense because they're big. Like, where else would they live?
Mount Everest?
No. Oh my god.
Wow, interesting.
No, that's like on the other side of the world.
Is that not the biggest mountain? Oh, they don't mean the biggest mountain in the world.
Yeah, they just mean like in the Americas because this is I guess I didn't really mention that. Yeah, this is like a legend for Native Americans. So I think it's mainly tribes that were on like the west
that makes
coast-ish of America and like the plains. Yeah, and I think some in like Canada area too. I heard.
You heard from a little bird.
Yeah, I did. So they're respected and feared, and obviously they're feared because they're scary looking.
Yeah, and they have teeth.
But they're respected because they're sort of like protectors.
Oh, that's cool.
And they control the weather, which is where the thunder comes in, you know.
Oh,
Thunderbird.
yeah, that makes sense. It's interesting that both Mothman and Thunderbirds are like protectors.
I know. Yeah. But like Mothman, I feel like you don't really hear that side of it.
No, you definitely don't. Even though Mothman seems a little bit nicer to me than these Thunderbirds.
Well, I haven't really got into it.
I don't know. I guess I don't know.
You're right.
They seem a little bit scary.
Yeah. So different tribes had different stories of the Thunderbird, like different versions of it. In most of them, he's like a protector, and it can also harm people who are being immoral or like doing the wrong thing.
Uh-oh, better watch out.
So yeah, don't mess with it. All right, I'm gonna get into different tribes, like versions of the Thunderbird. So in the Menominee, I'm sorry. These names are really hard for me.
Yeah, I could never.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, Menominee tribe. I really should have looked up where these were. I really didn't. they're all in the Americas
somewhere.
in that tribe, the Thunderbirds live on an enormous mountain that floats in the sky. So it's a little magic there. It floats.
Oh, the mountain floats in the sky?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah,
cool.
he's like up in the heavens almost.
Love that.
In some of these, he's like a deity, so like he's like a god almost.
Ooh.
And I think in this one he is. He controls the elements and is sometimes watches human life. They like watching people fight.
Okay, me.
And they like when people accomplish great things.
Oh, we love that for them. That's so
Yeah,
nice.
so they like the highs and the lows, I guess, right?
Yeah, they like the best of both worlds. Hannah Montana.
Yeah, they really do, yeah. And it is enemies with this creature that's the great horned snake. There's another name for it, but it's really hard to pronounce, and I don't think I can. So, but it's a great horned snake. So it's like sort of the opposite, like evil, and the Thunderbird is like the protector of humans. So
Oh wow.
he protects them from this snake. And
Wait, where is the snake?
well, he's just like,
He's just the villain in the story.
yeah,
I got
pretty
it.
much.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, the snake honestly is the bad person in like a lot of stories, even in like the Bible and stuff.
That is
Isn't that crazy?
very
I just
true.
thought of that.
Yeah.
Wow, everybody doesn't like snakes, I guess.
No, I don't like snakes.
Yeah.
I
mean,
appreciate-
I don't know, snakes aren't that bad.
No, they're horrible to me. They're honestly one of my greatest fears.
One time I held a corn snake when I was like 7 in the library.
I used to go to things in the library.
And they brought animals in, and they're like, who wants to put this corn snake around their neck? I was like, oh, me.
Well, when I was little, I went to the aquarium and they put like a boa constrictor, or not maybe a boa constrictor, I don't know. One of them ginormous snakes on me. Never again. It didn't do anything to me, but I don't
Actually, I
want
liked it. I was like, oh, these aren't so bad.
It just kind of freaks me out that they don't have arms or legs. They just like squirm around.
That's why. What about worms? You don't like worms either?
Not really.
Oh my god. Honestly, I think that's what I like about them almost, because then they won't like crawl over you. They're just,
Dude,
like,
but they can squirm up anything. A wall, anything. That's what freaks me out.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyways.
Anyways.
The last thing I have from the Menominee tribe is that the Thunderbird was a messenger from the sun, from like the great sun, the sun, and they were really respected. Okay. And then the next tribe is the Ojibwe.
I've heard of that one.
They claim that the creature was created by one of their like hero figures, which is Nanabozo or something. I really hope I'm not trashing these names.
Yeah, I mean, we probably are, but you know, we just need to be educated. So if you know how to say them, let us know.
Yeah. But he protected them from like the evil underwater spirits.
Oh, there's so many evil
So honestly,
things.
I think that's where him eating whales comes in, right?
Oh, so he thinks they're evil. Like from the evil
the
spirit.
people from underwater spirits. And...
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. Maybe he's also just hungry.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, a whale.
Okay. And the Thunderbird lived in 4 directions and migrated to the land of the Ojibwe during the spring with the other birds. So I guess they're like, oh, they live everywhere else in the rest of the year, but then in the spring they come to us.
Nice.
That's what they thought. And they stayed until the fall when the most dangerous season for underwater spirits had passed. So I guess they were really concerned with the underwater spirits in this tribe.
Yeah, it must have been a big problem.
Yeah. Maybe they were by the beach.
They had to be by the beach.
Yeah.
Why would they be afraid of the underwater spirits?
I'm so mad I didn't look that up.
They definitely were. That's absolutely no question.
Yeah. Okay. And they were responsible for punishing humans who broke moral rules.
Oh.
So you gotta watch out. You can't go and break the rules and then expect to get away with it. The
No,
Thunderbird's gonna
yeah.
come and kill you.
No rule breakers around
He's
the
gonna get
Thunderbird.
you. Or he's just gonna let the evil underwater spirits get you. I don't know what's worse, honestly.
Probably the underwater spirits.
Maybe. Okay, the next is a Winnebago.
I know what a Winnebago is.
They thought the Thunderbird had a power to grant people abilities.
Ooh.
And the main one was that any man who had a vision of the Thunderbird during a fast will become a mighty war chief.
Oh. Wow.
So, I don't know how they determined that one, honestly.
He could not tell you.
Like, were they just like, oh, I had a dream of the Thunderbird. Can I be the war chief now? Or
True. Or maybe like they were already the chiefs and he was like, but right before I became chief, I had a dream about the Thunderbird.
yeah, maybe that's it. Okay. The next one is the Sioux Tribe.
Mm-hmm.
They protected humans from... Okay, this is kind of crazy to me. They protected humans from this species of dangerous reptilian monsters.
Okay. No.
During the old times. So I guess their ancestors or whatever had all these like these reptilian monsters around, and they like the Thunderbird fought them. And now,
thank God.
And that's how their tribe survived.
Well, he must have got rid of the reptilian monsters, because I haven't seen any.
Know. Yeah, or, that whole conspiracy about reptilians.
Oh, that's a good point.
Maybe they just started to disguise themselves. As, who are the people who they think it is? Like Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Donald Trump. Like the big famous.
Yeah, see.
Justin Bieber.
We gotta get the Thunderbird back here.
We do. I don't know where he went, but he has got to come back.
I know. Alright, so then I have 3 more. Next one is Arapaho.
Mm-hmm.
They thought that the Thunderbird was a summer creature. So like the other tribe was like, oh, this is all about the spring, but apparently it came to them in the summer.
Okay, well, don't know which state it's in, but Arapaho is definitely a town today on the East Coast somewhere. And so, interesting, okay. Maybe like he really does go like different places, like around like different seasons. Yeah. Because then you say he was like mostly on the West Coast. Well, maybe in the summer he vacations in the East. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. And other tribes of the Great Plains believe that too. So maybe it might have been in the Great Plains area.
Oh,
so
true.
Like that's like the middle of the U.S. And for this one, so since it's summer, like the opposite would be winter. And this goes back to our episode last week too. The Thunderbird's opposite was the white owl.
Owl man!
So in winter, it was the creature that represented winter was the white owl, so he was the protector then.
So maybe they're the same person? Creature?
No, well, they're different. Oh. Maybe it's Mothman. No.
Maybe they're all the same.
Yeah. Okay. And Algonquin. I know you've heard of them.
Oh, definitely. Right? Yeah.
Algonquins. Because I feel, were they the ones in like Thanksgiving stories?
My gosh, Savannah, this is just so weird. I literally cannot let you proceed without me saying that my story has to do with the Algonquins. So,
oh my god,
that's weird. Or just like a little part of it.
Without even,
I don't know. Knowing. It's really weird. I don't know.
Wow, I love that.
Same.
Okay, so they thought that Thunderbirds were ancestors of the human race, which is really cool. They said that they had a part in creating the universe.
Wow.
And they ruled over the upper world, which I guess is like our world, Yeah. Because it's like, this is the upper world, then there's the underworld, and... Or is that heaven? I don't know.
Who knows?
No, I think it's just, normal life.
Yeah, I would say it's like our world.
Yeah, and then the Great Horned Serpent, that one was in another tribe too, but he ruled over the underworld.
Oh, well, that would make sense.
It's like they're opposites. And he protects against the Serpent by throwing lightning at underwater creatures. See, that's the whole thing. Why do they not like underwater creatures?
Right, they are not about
They're scared
any.
of them.
They are.
Honestly,
They
me
are.
too.
Me too.
Like, I'm scared of underwater creatures.
Underwater creatures are probably the most scary thing, except for, and I willingly get into the ocean regularly.
Yeah. No, like, I will, but they're still scary.
Oh, horrifying.
You just gotta like pretend they're not there.
Yeah. Or you just gotta like throw lightning bolts like Thunderbird.
I know. Yeah. You know what? I'm not even scared to go in the ocean anymore because I know the Thunderbirds got my back.
Yeah, they got us.
Alright, so the last one I have is the Shawnee people. They thought the Thunderbird would change its appearance in order to interact with people. And this would mostly appear as boys. And you
why?
could tell that, I don't know, you could tell that a boy was actually a Thunderbird if he could speak backwards.
Interesting. What does that necessarily mean? Like fully backwards or like words? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I don't know. But I feel like either one would be concerning enough, you know?
Either one would be very concerning. And if anybody was talking to me backwards, I would be like, okay, Thunderbird.
Yeah, exactly. See? Alright. And then here's some like general other things. So Thunderbirds are said to have carried lakes of water on its back.
Wow.
And that's where the rain comes from. It like comes off of its back.
Yeah, that
And
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And it like nourishes the land, so then they're like, oh, the Thunderbirds are helping the land, and you know.
Yeah.
And there are stories that suggest that the Thunderbird had a face in the middle of its chest.
What?
So some tribes believe that, which is kind of creepy.
What face?
Well, okay, so it could have been like a bird-like face. So I guess another bird face, or it could have been two glowing snakes.
Oh.
See, what's with the snakes?
What is with this? I don't know.
I don't really get that part though, because they keep saying snakes are evil. And then now they're saying the snakes are part of him.
Or maybe that's just like his tattoo reminder, like I gotta beat the snakes.
Yeah, maybe that's it. And the stories that say that the snakes are on his chest, say that the snakes are responsible for lightning bolts.
Oh.
So like they shoot out the lightning.
Oh.
Or if it's not snakes, the lightning comes from the Thunderbird blinking its eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's scary. Imagine every time you blink there's lightning.
I know. Yeah, that's a lot.
There would be a lot.
But it is a lot also if every time he flaps his wings, thunder.
Yeah, or
goes,
like,
you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. Or flies and there's rain.
Yeah, so it's like a really heavy storm. So whenever it's a really heavy storm, you know one's out there.
There is a Thunderbird around.
I'm gonna start thinking of that.
Me too.
It's been stormy lately.
It has been nothing but stormy. So he's around here somewhere. Them, I don't know, multiple, who knows.
And we're in the area for it.
Yeah, we are.
Alright, so another fun fact is totem poles and like other carvings of Thunderbirds sort of show like that it could have had a face on its chest, you know? And Thunderbirds are actually always on the top of totem poles.
Yeah,
so that's interesting.
I would like to see a picture of a Thunderbird with a snake on its chest. Do you have one? We're going to find one. We're going to find one, and it's going to be on our Instagram. Check it out.
Alright, so now let's get into where these stories could have originated. So the first sort of theory of like how the Thunderbird originated was that it's just a figurative story that's like a way for Native Americans to explain the world around them. You know, just like all cultures have stories like that.
Yeah. But that's a boring explanation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. He has control over life and death and is like a god. So like those sort of check out, but I don't know. And he demonstrates like how nature can give humans life and death because of like how nature can be like so pretty and beautiful and stuff, and give you life with food and water and stuff, or
destruction,
endanger you because of the storms and stuff.
Definitely, nature is definitely that.
Yeah, so that could have been like the story of the Thunderbird, you know?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me.
I mean, I guess it is the story, but
it definitely is.
So the next one, I think you'll like the next one, is that the Thunderbird could have been a pterodactyl.
Okay, I really almost just did a pterodactyl screech, but decided against it for your ears. But I love that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So, yeah, some people believe that it could have been a pterodactyl. Native Americans would have had to be living in the same time period as pterodactyls existed, which is like, I don't really know if it's proven or like disproven or not. Like,
I have no idea.
I think it's true that they could have somehow existed after dinosaurs were extinct, you know, because they are able to fly.
Okay, hear me out. So I got the answer to this one.
Okay.
So when I was in college, I took, for fun, but it also fulfilled a credit for me, but mostly for fun, I took a class fully on dinosaurs because I am obsessed. And basically all of science, like, explanation that they have discovered so far is that the dinosaurs that did survive whatever catastrophe, like, killed most of them, the dinosaurs that, like, not all of them died. Obviously, not everything died. Like, we still, I mean, we're here today, so not everything died.
Yeah, and, like, alligators are dinosaurs. Right?
Exactly. Well, the theory is that most modern birds today are evolved from dinosaurs.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
But, like, the fact that it's so big, you know?
Yeah, well,
it could have been.
It probably is a pterodactyl.
So here's the evidence for that, honestly. Okay. Pterodactyl has a great wingspan. We know that Thunderbirds are huge. So there's that. And the fact that pterodactyls, like, have such big wings, their wings could have sounded like thunder.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Definitely.
And they had teeth.
No. I knew that they had teeth, but I just don't like it. I don't like any part of it.
Okay, but this could prove that that's what it is.
Dude, the modern day pterodactyl. That is crazy. It's the Thunderbirds. Dude, pterodactyls are like my favorite animal, and they're not even, they don't even exist anymore, but maybe they do.
The pterodactyl, okay, so this part, I don't know what I believe on it. Because, you know, dinosaurs are supposed to be, like, have no feathers, just, like, skin. And, like...
No, dinosaurs definitely had feathers.
You know, like, pterodactyls are usually, like, looked at as, like, a bat.
Yeah.
But I feel like they definitely had feathers.
No.
Because they're starting to look at dinosaurs differently now, and they're saying that they could have had feathers, because there's nothing to prove against that.
No,
like, we just found bones. Yeah. It's not like you can tell.
No, actually, there is proof that they had feathers.
Oh, seriously?
From the dinosaur class. Yeah. They have, obviously, you know, they find, like, bones, and at first they couldn't tell, but they actually found, like, rocks and such things around the bones of feathers, like, indented into the rocks. Yeah. So, like, dinosaurs definitely are not, like, big lizards. They're more like big birds.
See, I love that idea. I really want artists to, like, change their rendition in, like, textbooks and stuff to, like, furry dinosaurs.
Like they can still, right. Also, they can still be scary with feathers. Like,
yeah, true. But they'd definitely be cuter. And, like,
I know.
That's so
I want to cuddle a little dinosaur.
That, like, growing up, you think of them not like that at all. And it makes them slightly less scary. Like, come on.
Oh, it definitely makes them less scary.
But that's, yeah. Okay. So anyways. Another thing people argue about, they're like, oh, pterodactyls didn't have bright feathers, though. But it's like, can we tell the colors from fossils? No.
Also, does it matter?
Well, because they say Thunderbirds had bright colors.
I mean, but, like, in general, any animal can change colors. You know? Like, there's a lot of different colors of things, you know? But I get what you're saying. But we just recently learned that dinosaurs had feathers. We definitely don't know what color they were.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But I feel like it could have been a pterodactyl, like, okay, think of it. Like, back in the day when Native Americans were, like, first coming to the Americas, or, like, had been there for a few years, they start seeing these giant birds, and they're pterodactyl, like, because, like, you know, after, because it would have had to be a really, really long time ago, obviously,
mm-hmm.
and then it sort of just got passed down as a legend after that.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's another theory, and I have another. It could have been, this is, like, similar, it could have been megafauna.
I have no idea what that is.
Which is, okay, so in the Pleistocene, do you know what that was?
Yeah, like the era?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Ice Age.
Yeah.
There were a lot of megafauna around, which is, like, the woolly mammoth was one.
Oh.
It's basically any animal over 99 pounds.
Oh. Yeah, I thought, for some reason, when you said fauna, I just assumed big plant. Mega, big plant, but big animal. Got it.
Yeah. That would be megaflora.
Duh. Yep. Yep.
But yeah, it could have been that from, like, the early days, you know?
Yeah.
Which is similar to pterodactyl, you know?
A woolly mammoth?
No, the fact that there could have been big birds.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The woolly mammoth is an example. Yeah, got it. Sorry, I'm slow.
Okay, and the last one, which I don't really believe, but you might. I don't know. Some people say that the Thunderbird is a cryptid.
Oh yeah, no more evidence needed. Believe it.
And it's, like, still around, but I don't know. I feel like it couldn't be hiding right now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I would have already seen it at this point in my life.
Yeah. And the fact that, okay, so the megafauna in the Pleistocene, they were around because of, I'm pretty sure there were, like, high oxygen levels, so they could support that big of an animal, you know?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But now it's not, it's, like, lowered since then, so that's why a lot of them died off.
Yeah, well, that makes complete sense.
Yeah. So we, like, and, like, nobody's really, I don't think people have, like, reported seeing these.
No, definitely not.
So, like, I don't think.
No. Rest in peace to the Thunderbirds.
Yeah. But yeah, that is my Thunderbird story.
I love that. I'm so glad we got to learn more because I really genuinely wanted to look it up, but I also thought that would just be too long of a story last week.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. It's like basically Mothman's brother.
Honestly, yeah.
I
Bigger
love that.
brother? Older?
Definitely.
He's here first.
Definitely the Thunderbird. Because Mothman didn't come until, like, the 60s, I'm pretty sure, so.
Yeah, see?
Mm-hmm. The whole time that you were saying that, after you mentioned pterodactyl, all I wanted to say is that one of my nicknames growing up was Taylor-dactyl, so.
Why?
Because that's how much I love pterodactyls, dude.
Oh my god.
I love them. I love them so much. What? I love that. I wish that they were still around, though, because I want to see one. A Thunderbird.
Oh, honestly true. Maybe they'll come back someday. Go to Jurassic Park.
Okay, I don't know about all that. If you've ever seen the movie, hopefully humans won't be stupid enough.
Okay, well, we didn't know that they had feathers until recently. We don't know.
Okay, that's true. Also, maybe they're just, like, on the mountain in the sky, chilling. You know?
Exactly.
Maybe they're just tired. They're tired of carrying the reins and the whales, eating them, fighting the snakes. They're tired of all that. They just need a break.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, wow. Love that.
Alright, I'm kind of scared for whatever yours is going to be, because you said it might be a little scary.
Okay, well, it's definitely a little scary. My story is the legend of the Devil's Tramping Ground.
What is that? I don't think I've heard of that.
I figured that you wouldn't have ever heard of it before because it is yet another North Carolina legend.
Okay.
And so
we love all these North Carolina legends.
We do. Especially
since, like, I think most of our audience is still in North Carolina. So,
exactly. So I feel like at least most people have probably heard about this place. Like, you're not from North Carolina, so you didn't. But, so anyway, let's just get into it. How about that?
Okay.
So the Devil's Tramping Ground is located in Bear Creek, North Carolina, and that's like 45 minutes away from Greensboro. So like very close in surrounding. Yeah. I have never been there. Want to go though.
So it's closer to Greensboro than it is to Winston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not that far from Winston, but it's more close to Greensboro.
Yeah.
So, the Devil's Tramping Ground has been like one of the most popular legends to come out of North Carolina, and it's definitely one of the largest mysteries still to this day.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So, good. So, funny enough, you can find the Devil's Tramping Ground conveniently located on Devil's Tramping Ground Road.
What?
In Bear Creek.
Who named that?
Clearly they've taken every opportunity they can to, to get this legend out there. So, yeah. It's actually on privately owned property, but like the owners are like chill and they want to like keep up the legend, so they like let people go there. Okay. But yeah, anyway, and actually if you want to go to it, I'm not going to encourage you to go to it, but if you do want to go to it, there's like it's easy to find online, but also kind of not. There's like a spray painted cross right in front of the spot of the wood you need to walk in front of. So, in case you wanted to know.
Which one? Because I feel like there's more than one of those.
On Devil's Tramping Ground. No, you would know. Okay. I watched the whole documentary.
On that road, yeah.
Yeah. Just a random cross.
Like, you like drive down the highway in North Carolina, there's like random like...
No, there definitely are.
God sees you or something like that on the highway.
Crosses,
like random things like that.
Crosses everywhere.
And crosses, yeah.
Don't just go into the woods if you see any cross. Like, you need to be on Devil's Tramping Ground Road.
Okay. I see.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so what is the Devil's Tramping Ground? You might ask. So
yes. Okay, what is the Devil's Tramping Ground?
Okay, so basically, it is a circle, a perfect circle, 40 feet in diameter, in the middle of these woods, where absolutely nothing will grow. Okay,
can I just mention that sounds like a fairy circle?
Yeah, it probably.
Have you heard of it?
Yes, of course. What do you mean? I know what a fairy circle is. I think that this is actually just a devil's circle, personally. But
okay, very similar.
Yeah, he could just be a big fairy. Who knows? Yeah. But yeah, it literally is they measured it 40 feet, perfect diameter circle.
Oh my God.
In the middle of the woods, and you can literally see. What? I'll put it on Instagram. Check it out.
Okay.
But people have taken aerial views of this. And it's in the forest, okay? So, like, you see all these trees, and then there's just a perfect circle of absolutely nothing growing. No trees in the circle. God. It's crazy. It's so crazy. So, stories about this completely barren circle in the middle of the woods have been circulating since around 1882 was when, like, the first person wrote it down. But that's a long time ago. 1882? That's a while. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, probably it existed a long time before that. That was just the first time that somebody wrote it down. So,
yeah.
As legend would have it, if you put an object inside of the circle and come back the next day, it will not be in the circle anymore. Whatever you put in it, it will be thrown out. It doesn't matter how heavy it is. It could be like literally 1,000 pounds. Doesn't matter. It will be out of the circle.
What?
Mm-hmm. It's also said absolutely no dogs will enter the circle at night. In the daytime, dogs will, like, walk around or whatever. But at night, no.
Okay, you have to trust dogs when they do that.
Like, I'm saying, dogs are close to the spirit.
Like, animals definitely know stuff.
1,000%. So, also, really weird events happen to those who have attempted to stay the night in the circle. Could not be me.
Oh, no. Why would you stay in there? Wouldn't you get thrown out?
Yeah. Yeah, we will definitely get into those stories later. But, yeah, I don't know why you would want to sleep in the middle of the woods in this devil circle. But, people have done it because they don't believe it. But anyway, so what exactly is this weird circle in the middle of the woods? Well, it's said to be the portal from hell where the devil can use to go back and forth from earth to hell.
In North Carolina. Honestly, makes sense.
Honestly.
Sense.
Right. So.
Oh my God.
Okay.
That's insane.
And the reason that it's a circle is that, like, people, lore and myths and legends has said it's because that's where the devil at night, his prime time, walks around in circles trying to figure out like more ways to cause trouble in the world. So,
oh my god.
I know. Like he
paces back and forth that much.
Apparently.
Damn.
I mean, apparently he's also like big.
Yeah.
You know? Like larger than just like a human. I don't know how big, but so legend says that every night at midnight the devil will come to the devil's tramping ground, and if anything's in the circle, it makes him really upset because that is his circle, okay? Don't mess with his circle. Absolutely not. And that's why when people come back the next day, all their things, they're still there, but they're not in the circle. They're just like thrown out in the middle of the woods. So, of course, like there's tons of like skeptics, and they'll say like, oh, this is just people moving the stuff out of the circle, or like the owners of the property moving to keep the legend alive, which I mean, is definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean, if they do that, like that's
like a lot. That's a lot to commit to, but that's like, there's things that are completely
props to them if they did that.
Props to them. That's a lot of work to keep this going. Yeah, but really. That's not the case, I don't think. Because there are so many unexplainable things. And the biggest mystery of all is why nothing will grow in the circle. As far back as literally the 1800s, like I said, nothing has ever grown in the circle. Ever. And so, you know, people...
Maybe the soil just needs to be turned over.
Maybe. Yeah, that's the answer. Savannah just cracked the case, you guys.
Me just putting my environmental science into play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Savannah has a degree in environmental science, and I personally think that we should go and test the soil ourselves. But, you know, we're not the first to think that. They have gotten...
need to test the pH. Is it acidic?
Well, let me tell you. People have done tests on this soil since the 1940s. Every single year, multiple tests since the 1940s. Because they're like, obviously, something's wrong with the soil. There's something that makes it not grow.
Is there a college right near there?
I'm sure there is. I have no idea.
Do they go out and test it?
Well, personally, one of the people that tested is from NC State, so...
okay.
I didn't look up if there's colleges there, but I'm sure there's a college around.
Because I would just assume, like, if it was near here, people from Wake would just go out and do it every year.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they do.
It's probably, like, the local college. That's crazy.
It is crazy. So, the very first test that was ever written down was in the early 1940s, and that soil test came back that not only was the soil all normal levels on everything, pH, acidity, copper, like every single, they tested for everything. Not only is it normal, no. It's actually more fertile inside the circle than it is outside of the circle because they tested both soils, but nothing will grow. How weird is that? Yeah. Right. And so the first soil test, they're just like,
someone's gotta be just ripping stuff out of the ground. Like, what?
No. They have done this every single... They have rechecked and rechecked and rechecked. And it's all the same. Every test is the same. And they even thought, like at first, they thought that actually like the area is pretty high, like unusually high in copper in the soil, which I mean, don't really know about that. But they have checked and rechecked the copper level specifically because that's what people really thought that it was. And they're all normal in the circle. Normal. Not even like the higher levels of the city. Like they're just normal.
Insane.
Like, right. So
that's not what I thought at all. Oh my god.
Right. And so more recently, more people, it's like gained more popularity in recent years. So more people go and visit it, and they actually have turned the middle of this circle into a fire pit, which I think is honestly really disrespectful to the devil.
Yeah.
But also like the people that lived, like people own this property, but they have made the middle of the circle a fire pit now. But it wasn't always a fire pit.
Okay, why does he not throw it out?
Well, I think he likes fire. I don't know. It's it's not like made. It's just like dug kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not like bricks. It's not like a pretty fire pit. It's just like dug out. But people were like, well, actually, this fire pit could be causing plants not to grow. But people were like, dude, the fire pit wasn't always there. But that makes me think for 5 seconds. If this really is the devil's tramping ground, and he is supposedly from hell, which is supposedly made from nothing but fire, like, could it really be like a connection from earth to hell? Because people say like the way that the soil like comes and tests and like reacts to things, it's as if the whole thing is on fire. Like, that would make sense.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, is it literally a portal to hell? Because that's on fire.
Oh my
Who
god.
knows?
No. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna have to say I keep thinking of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
You know, the Netflix version.
Yes.
Because like they got into the forest and like she has portals to hell. Oh
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It sounds like something out of that. Like,
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, is it like actually being so serious? Is it? Because I really don't know. So
that's
yeah. But you know, like in the South, we like to blame everything on the devil.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So there are a few other theories of what could like be happening in the circle.
Okay. Yeah.
That doesn't have to do with the devil. So the first one is that there was a battle between two rival Native Indian tribes, and that the circle, like where the circle is where most of the blood was spilled, and it soiled the land, making it barren.
Oh, I like that one. That's
I like that one too, because that, I mean, regardless of if that's what caused the soil, that probably happened there, like in general.
I mean,
what are the odds?
doubt it.
No, for sure. So another one is kind of similar to that, is that the circle is the site of one of the most well-known and said to be the greatest Indian tribal chief, Croatan, I think is pronounced. But apparently that's where he's... No, not Croatoan. Croatan, maybe.
Different.
Yeah, Croatoan's different, but he was the leader of that tribe.
Okay, yeah.
But supposedly that's where he's buried.
Oh.
So I did do a little bit of research.
I thought that was near the coast.
Yeah, me too, but guess what? Apparently it's not. Because this whole time, actually, until I started doing research, I thought the Devil's Tramping Ground was near the Outer Banks. And so when I saw that it was closer to Greensboro, I was like, what? So I don't know. But Croatan was the leader of the Algonquin tribe, which ties another legend into this. Isn't that crazy? Like, what are the odds of that? Because you just literally talked about them.
Yeah.
But so he was the leader of the Algonquin tribe, which is very closely tied to the Lost Colony, if you know what that is. Crazy conspiracy theory of what happened to those people.
Okay, see, I have seen stuff about that, and we might cover it later, but...
Definitely will.
I really just think they just went over to another tribe, and
Dude,
it's just like...
they joined the Croatoan tribe. They literally wrote it on a tree.
It's not like a big mystery.
Yeah.
When you hear the actual story.
Exactly. It's not. But we might still cover it, because that's a real popular one.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways. But I don't think this one's true. I don't think he's buried there, because first of all, that would be very easy to find out if he's buried there. Just dig it up. I mean, I'm not digging it up, because I don't want to be cursed or anything.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm sure that, like, also, like, if he was, like, said to be, like, the most respected, best Indian tribe chief, don't you think there would be, like, something, some sort of headstone or something that they would have done? I mean, I don't know.
Like, I don't know how Native Americans, like...
bury their dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't either. But I just would assume.
Also, though, like, even if they do use stuff like that, there isn't any around America at all, because, like, they probably would have been taken down.
That is so true.
By settlers.
Settlers, yeah. That is so true.
Because I've never seen any.
Yeah, me neither. Wow. Okay, well, maybe that one's true. Who knows? But, I didn't even mention why that would be the case. So it says that he is buried there. But, like, because he's buried there, it's like they wanted to keep it sacred. So, like, his body being there makes nothing grow. Just so that, you know, you know. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, I didn't think about that. And that is really crazy. Because that is so true.
Yeah, because, like, they really disrespect everything about them.
Every single fact.
It would make sense that, like, people would have taken down their headstones and stuff.
Definitely.
I mean, I don't know if they even did that or not.
Me neither, but I'm sure they did something. And you're so right. I have never in my life seen anything. And we're in, like, prime location to see something if that was there. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that makes me really sad.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. But let's not be sad anymore, actually, for 5 seconds. And talk about the last theory. Is a more modern day theory, and definitely my personal favorite. Bet you can't guess what it is. Aliens.
Of course.
People say
it all goes back to aliens.
I mean, honestly, just why are we even having a podcast? Every answer is aliens. Write that down, everybody. Every single answer to everything is aliens.
Is Juju there?
Juju, yeah, hey, Juju. Juju is definitely here. He's outside of the room because he was knocking everything off my desk earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, he's writing it down in the hallway. So,
okay.
But for the aliens, so people think that this is where a UFO landed, and due to, like, the radiation from the UFO's engine, which would be, like, on the bottom, it, like, permanently damaged, like, the landing site of the UFO. Which, I mean... No, I don't really think that's what happened, but I mean, if a UFO did land there, that would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
But I also think that the soil test would have shown the radiation, so.
Yeah, or what, okay, hear me out on this one.
Okay.
What if it's like, since it's an alien substance.
Oh, we didn't test for it. We didn't test for it. You are absolutely right about that.
So,
Interesting. Okay. Me and you have to go use your environmental degree, test the soil, but we have to test for the alien substances. But first we have to find the alien substances to know what to test for.
Okay, yeah.
Juju, write that one down. You got to schedule that for us.
That sounds like a lot.
No, we're going to figure it out, and it's going to be super easy.
Okay, alright.
Okay, so now I'm going to get into the stories of the people, the dumb people who decided to stay the night in the circle.
Alright, sounds good.
I'm not going to lie, they're brave, though. Braver than me.
Okay.
So, a few years ago, a journalist and a skeptic who is from Greensboro, actually, decided that he was going to go by himself with his 2 dogs, but no other people, and camp in the circle. And he, like, was going to do this whole story or whatever, and he reported that all night long, he heard footsteps outside of his tent. And every time he heard it, he would go out and he would look and nothing would be there. Every single time, nothing would be there. He had a flashlight, he would shine it, nothing was out there. But he was like, no, 100%. Like, I didn't even believe anything, but somebody was walking around. And I'm like, bro, it was the devil. Like, yeah. So I don't know. He didn't report, like, he wasn't like thrown out of the circle. So that is a little bit strange. But,
yeah, so he was there all night.
I guess, I actually didn't look if he was there all night, but I don't know.
Okay, you know what would be crazy if he pitched the tent in the middle of the circle and then opened it up in the morning and he was just out of the circle.
Oh, that would be so insane.
But, like, didn't feel it moving or anything.
Oh, wow. That would be crazy. So, wow. That's scary. But, okay, so another thing that happens, like, very commonly of people that stay there. There's not a lot of stories of people who stay there because most people aren't that dumb. But for the people who have, it's also really common to see 2 red eyes in the darkness. Oh. So, I mean, that's also pretty common of just scary stories. Yeah. But the scariest story by far that I heard about was this couple decided that they absolutely did not believe this story and they were going to camp in the circle. And so they go and they set up their tent and, they're just having a good time, party. There's no devil here. No. And it gets late and they lie down in the tent and they hear exactly what the other man said, footsteps outside of their tent. And apparently this happens to anybody who stayed there. The footsteps will happen and nobody will be outside of the tent. So that freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Yeah, so this couple, they were hearing the footsteps and they would go outside and they would try to see, because they were like, it's just people messing with us. That's what I would think, too.
Right.
But nobody was around. Nowhere. And it was completely silent.
Okay, I would still be scared if it was just people.
Me too. Like, I don't want real people messing with me. I definitely don't want the devil messing with me. So, yeah. But, okay, so the couple, whatever. They're like, whatever. Let's just go back to sleep. And they go back in the tent and they're like laying there, but they're not asleep yet because they're low-key scared, but they don't want to admit it. And something gets thrown at their tent. What was it? A rock. No. And it ripped their tent a little bit. So they were like, okay, somebody's definitely messing with us. Like, somebody's throwing a rock. So they go outside and nothing is there. But they're like, okay, you know what? This is a little bit, like, that's a little bit sketchy. Let's just start running away from the circle because they were scared.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, would you not be scared?
Their car? Like, are they gonna
their car is like parked right there. Like, their car's parked with them basically, but they're like, no, let's forget the car, let's just run.
What?
I mean, I think they were scared for their lives. I'm downplaying it a lot, but like, if imagine you're sleeping in the tent in the dark, in the deep hours of the night, and you hear footsteps, you go outside, there's nothing there, and then seconds later, a rock is thrown in your tent, I would also run. I would run to the car, but I would still run.
And then drive away, like.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is that they didn't have their keys in their hands, so they were just like, we just have to get out of the circle. Yeah. I don't really know, but they were running, and they didn't know where they were going. They were running aimlessly, just trying to get away from the situation. And apparently, like, they heard footsteps, like, running behind them for a little bit. So they just kept running, and they ran for, like, a mile. Which it seems like a lot, but not really.
A mile and, like
about a mile. Not really a full mile. But anyway. But then they, like, stopped, and there was nothing behind them. So they're like, whatever. They're like, let's just find the road, and we can walk the road back instead of walking in the middle of the woods at night.
Okay.
And so, but eventually, like, a truck saw them walking. And so he picked them up and was, like, giving them a ride. And he was like, where are y'all going? Or whatever. And they were like, oh, just, like, a couple miles up the road, like, to the Devil's Tramping Ground. And he was like, huh? And they're like, yeah, just a couple miles up the road. Like, we just... They didn't tell them that that's what they were saying. They were like, well, we were just going on, like, a little hike. Like, well, you know.
Okay.
They didn't want to pretend like they were crazy sitting in the middle of the circle in the middle of the night. Yeah. And the trucker was like, the Devil's Tramping Ground is, like, 40 miles away from here.
What?
Mm-hmm. So when you said that about the tent, I was like,
Oh,
because these people were like 40 miles away. And so the trucker drove them. Who knows? Oh the trucker drove them, though, back.
All the way back?
All the way back.
He's probably pissed. He's like,
well, apparently he was going that way.
So, yeah.
But, and then when they got back, everything was out of the circle. Like, the tent was still there, but it was out of the circle, ripped to shreds.
Oh my god, ripped to shreds?
Ripped. Not really to shreds, but, like, ripped more than just the rock ripped it. So.
That's insane.
Scary, right? And I don't know if that story's true,
they
but. They
just, like, teleported, basically.
Right. Or, like, if it is really a portal. Like, maybe there's more portals out there in the woods. Who knows? You know? I don't know.
They teleported over to Greensboro.
Yeah.
It's like 40 miles away.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Oh, I wonder where I really wonder where they were, because I don't know.
I know, yeah.
Scary. So, yeah, that's basically the last scary story.
So another thing to add to our list to go to, or no?
No. I'm absolutely... I would maybe go in the daytime.
Yeah, obviously all of these are daytime trips, Taylor. Yeah. We're not insane.
Okay, good. Because I'm definitely not. I'm not staying out there. Oh, no. I got too much bad energy. I want only positive vibes around me. I'm not trying to go get myself intertwined with the devil.
Yeah, no. Honestly, you do have some bad luck. You don't need any more.
No, absolutely
maybe, though, going to these places would, like, undo your bad luck.
Maybe. Okay, let's try it, actually. When are we going camping?
I don't know. See, what we have to do is look up a, like, ritual to call a Thunderbird.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say the devil, and I was like, Savannah.
Yeah, to call the Thunderbird to come protect us.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that. If you could promise me that he would show up, one of the Thunderbirds, I would be down.
See, we probably just have to start living like how Native Americans do, like
off the land?
Loving the earth.
Oh, stuff, yeah.
Like being thankful for the earth.
Okay. Well, things like that. You know what? I kind of live like that. I need to live more like that. I kind of do too. But, yeah. Juju, I need you to get on the phone with Mr. Thunderbird. Okay? Set up a camping trip. We're going to meet him.
Yes.
Okay, so, as I said before, the Devil's Tramping Ground is on private property, but they're, like, the people who own it, it's like a couple, and they're super chill. And the owners encourage people to come see it. But in recent years, because of the popularity of the legend, it's became more of like a party location for people rather than just like trying to see if like the devil's there or whatever, low-key. And it's completely trashed. Oh, so I was like watching like there's like news articles and stuff about it, and it's like, it's really sad. Like, I want to go just to clean it up. Like, it really is sad. Like, there's just beer cans and trash.
People, I would kick these people out. Like, why are they?
I know, but they're like, but we want to let the good people come in. But how can we determine like who's doing what? You know, and it's like this property. Like they live on a huge property. It's not like the house is right behind the Devil's Tramping Ground or whatever.
Yeah,
they like own a lot of property. So yeah, so it's generally just like not in great shape, and the owners are like, yeah, you can come visit, but if like this keeps up and we have to keep coming out here and clean up this trash every day, like we're going to ban people from coming to see it. So,
Yeah.
if you go see it, don't freaking leave your trash. I don't understand people that litter. Just pick up your trash and stop being lazy. It's not really that hard.
Yeah, honestly, like, you don't need to do that.
Right.
That just goes back to what we literally just said. You have to be thankful for the land.
Exactly.
And don't disgrace it.
Exactly. Just
with your trash.
Right. Just freaking throw your trash away. How about that? So, not only did I watch a whole bunch of news feeds and articles and all these other things, I also saw that there was a movie on Amazon Prime called The Devil's Tramping Ground, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do literally the stupidest thing ever and not read one single word about this movie and just rent it for $3.
Okay.
It was only $3, so it's not like I'm lost my whole life fortune. But immediately as I start watching it, I noticed that the quality is questionable at best, okay?
Okay.
And I'm like, it was so bad. It was so bad. And, no hate to these people who made this movie. It's definitely just a group of friends with a Nokia flip phone filming this movie. Yeah. It was so bad.
Okay. But Taylor, you just reminded me of something that honestly should have been an intro topic.
Okay, what?
The movie Llamageddon.
Okay, I don't know what I said that made you think, a bad movie.
It's the same quality movie.
Great.
But it's so funny.
Oh, well, at least that one was funny because the one I watched was not funny.
And it's also free if you have Amazon Prime. So if you have that, look up Llamageddon.
Okay.
Because I only watched half of it, but it is hilarious.
Okay, well, it doesn't sound too hilarious if you didn't finish it.
It's because the Wi-Fi cut out.
Okay. So. I guess I'll accept that answer. Yeah, okay. Next week, I'm doing The Legend of Llamageddon, so... No, JK, I'm
honestly
not.
Do it.
I'm sure.
Oh my god. Taylor, I could not even describe
Fine,
it.
I'll watch it.
I need to finish it, but...
Yeah. Movie night.
Literally.
So... Okay, but back to this horrible movie. So it's only...
Okay.
It's an hour long. So, really shout out to these people who edited this. It was made, No, actually, it's not. It was made
Is it a documentary or is it a movie?
No, it's they really wanted to be actors and make this movie really serious, yeah. But it's absolutely horrible.
See, I kind of like those, though, because they're just funny, because, people are trying to act, and they can't.
But you know what's just so sad is that this one is literally so bad that it's not even funny, because it's just so bad. So I looked it up. I looked up the rating after. I only watched half of it. I could not watch it all the way through. I literally couldn't waste any more time
you bought
on it.
it?
Well, I rented it for $3, for a month.
Oh, my God.
So,
that's... For a month,
that's good. Yeah, I do have it for a month. Yeah, it's really sad.
You could go back to it.
Yeah, maybe I will. But guess how many, so it doesn't even have a Rotten Tomato score because it's very small, but, its rating, guess the rating on IMDb.
Oh, no.
It's a 2.5 out of 10. That is bad. I thought at least it was going to say 2.5 out of 5. No, out of 10.
2 out of 10. Well, I mean, at least they got 2.
They did in fact get 2. So, so, in all seriousness though, who's to say what the truth is? Is the Devil's Tramping Ground a portal from hell? Is it an old Indian burial ground? Or is it a UFO landing spot? Who knows? Not me.
Well, I mean, it could be any of them.
Yeah, it could be. And I was going to say maybe one day we'll find out, but I'm not going there. Not really. So, I guess we never will.
Yeah, I don't think we will.
No.
The people who live there should just set up cameras.
That is... Yeah, but also, don't you have to have Wi-Fi to have cameras?
Yeah, probably. Well, no.
Well, there's, deer cameras. Okay, hear me out. Let's just go take our own cameras. For, a day. I have, my dad has, a deer... Oh, well, I just said, let's take our own cameras.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just, hang up your phone or something.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, I don't mean my phone. I mean, my dad has deer cameras.
Let's get GoPros.
Dude, I have a GoPro. I'm saying we could do it.
Let's bring it.
Let's go get the devil on camera.
Yes.
That's so funny. Okay, well, that's really it for us this week. Like normal. Follow us on Instagram. Our sources are below. Follow us on Twitter too.
I'm gonna try to have an intro topic next week because Taylor's really pressed that I don't ever have them for some reason.
Yeah. You know what? Next week you get the intro topics. I'm not gonna do any. I'm gonna just relax.
What if we just don't have them?
See, I don't know. I feel like it's more fun.
Okay.
Whatever. Either have or don't have an intro topic. I'm probably gonna have one. Who knows what it's gonna be?
We got it.
I don't know. But yeah, that's really all I got for you.
Yeah, me too.
Bye.
Cue the music.